If you're looking for an elevated condo, super close to Panama City Beach, but not quite next door to the hustle and bustle, you've got to check out this unit. Today, we are at the St. Croix building of Silver Shells in Destin, and this condo is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you can see behind me, you can see this beautiful lagoon pool right behind me, and right behind that is the Gulf. Yeah, that's how close you are. And then right next door is Ruth's Chris. So you don't have to cook most of the time. Maybe some of the times. Ruth's Chris is a little pricey. It's not McDonald's stuff. I don't eat McDonald's, so I don't know why I even bring that up, but I couldn't afford Ruth's Chris every night. In any case, this is Unit 305. Thank you, Rodney Waits, for allowing us to tour this beautiful condo. I'm so excited to share it with all of you. I'm gonna flip this camera around and show you the actual unit. So that's the interior, but first check out this beautiful balcony. Tons of space here. Beautiful. And you can see Ruth's Chris is actually having an event over here. They're setting up right now on site. How cool is that? You got this beautiful terrace right here in front. Now there are 5 buildings of Silver Shells, and we're in the center building. How beautiful is that lagoon pool? Ah, the Gulf is gorgeous. Okay, so admittedly, it's a little bit cooler when it's the military aircrafts flying by. Even as someone that was in the Army for 12 years, you think I'd seen enough aircrafts to never want to see them again. But they're pretty cool when they're flying over the water, and I can see like my new brothers in arms hanging their legs out the back. It's pretty cool stuff. But anyways, let's check out this unit. So this is kind of the main area. So we've got this beautiful kitchen here. Tons of cabinet space. We've got a trade ceiling, lots of light. Now keep in mind, it's pretty overcast right now. We've got some weather coming in, so it's not quite as bright in here right now as it typically would be, but it's still absolutely beautiful. And look at this view that you have right here from the kitchen. I would not mind standing here doing dishes with that view. For reference, I do not like doing dishes. It messes with the skin on my hands. They are constantly drying out. If y'all have any recommendations for an all-natural soap that will not dry your hands out when you're doing dishes all the time, please let me know, because as a super organic mom, I cook almost every single meal, which means that's a lot of dishes every single day. And that soap just dries my hands out, even though it's an all-natural product. By the way, I'm AJ Baduke, your I'm AJ Baduke, your local real estate agent right here in the Destin area, covering everything from Pensacola to Panama City Beach. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and click that subscribe button and ding the bell so that you get notified every time I do another video. Let's get back to the tour. So with this floor plan, we have immediate access to the dining and living room, which is absolutely fantastic because you can still feel like you are part of everything, whether you're living here full time or if you've got some guests that are going to be using this property as a short-term rental, because that is allowed here at Silver Shells. These properties do perform pretty well. So whether it's for you or for them, you do have this very open floor concept. It's very cozy. You've got quite a bit of furniture in here, quite a bit of seating, but it doesn't feel cramped. It feels intimate and cozy, which I really like. I don't know about you guys, but I have a really difficult time actually setting up my home to feel like a home. So it kind of feels sterile right now. So I love coming to other people's properties and seeing what y'all have done with it, because I need some of that creativity. Because right now mine's just like, oh yeah, I needed a couch because I needed a place to sit down. So there it is. And a TV, because every once in a while I'll turn it on. So we'll put that up on the wall, and a dining space because I don't want to eat my dinner standing up, even though usually I do. So you get the point. If you have some links to some great decor that you love, you can drop those down in the comments as well. You guys can just help me decorate my house that I've been living in for almost a year and have no decor up. Anyways, on to this one. Okay, so everything that's kind of common stuff is going to be here at this part of the condo facing this way. And then the bedrooms are going to be in the other space. So we do have this wood look tile throughout, which is fantastic because it's really super easy to clean and it is like just about indestructible. It looks amazing all the time. Also, we've got tons and tons and tons of storage. So this is the main entryway, and you've got storage here, and then storage here, and then, oh wait, there's more. Storage here, and here we have the master wing, and then on the separate side over here, we have the additional 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. You've got the laundry room here, close to the other 2 bedrooms, which is great. And then, oh, look at that, more storage. Straight ahead, we have a super convenient full bathroom. This is great because people don't have to go into any of the bedrooms to use the restroom, right? You can just use it straight off of the living room or wherever you are and not have to feel weird going into someone's bedroom. And here's one of the guest bedrooms. It's got quite a bit of storage. These closets are fantastic. You could absolutely live here or rent it out, or do both, you know, live here part-time, rent it out part-time. How cute is this room? Absolutely love it. And it has access to this balcony. Granted, the balcony is just kind of looking out at the rest of Silver Shells, but it's a spacious balcony, and balconies are just nice regardless of what the view is. You do see that we've got, where's my finger? There we go. Sidewalks over here for safety, which is fantastic. We've got close parking, plenty of storage, like I said, pickleball courts right here. That's a huge thing. So if you are looking at this property and you're thinking, I would really like to short-term rent that place out, the thing about short-term rentals is you really want to have 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, walking distance to the beach, and amenities, and then something to do in the event that the beach is not great, because that happens. That double red flag, not a good time. Highly do not recommend getting in the water when it's a double red flag. It's dangerous, and you're putting more than just your life at stake, so don't do it. That being said, those are the ones that are going to perform well. Did I show you this other bathroom? I didn't even show you this other bathroom. So this bedroom had an ensuite. A beautiful ensuite, I might add. Super cute, and with a bathtub. So this is perfect because we had one bathroom there in the general area that was a walk-in shower, and now we have this one that has a tub, which is perfect because a lot of times folks just want the presence of a tub just in case they have kids visiting or that live with them. They want to make sure they can give them a bath. Beautiful and spacious bedroom. I love the ceiling to floor windows. It just makes everything feel so much bigger. Super spacious room, and also has access to the same balcony that the other bedroom had access to. They've got some stuff hanging out there, but that's all right. You can see how many pickleball courts they've got. It's very clearly a thing. I know I'm pointing it out twice, but people love pickleball, and they will absolutely look for, you know, pickleball places when choosing where they're going to rent. So if you're looking at that and you're like, yeah, AJ, who cares about the pickleball? Your bottom line does if you're considering investing in a condo. So keep that in mind. Pickleball, it's a pretty big deal. People go to tournaments all over the place, and they specifically are looking for locations that are close to pickleball setups. All right, let's look some more. So we come back down that hallway and we have access to the kitchen here. So through here, we have our own master wing, if you will. I love that we have this door right here on the outside, and then it's like we're stepping into this other world. We do have a huge master walk-in closet. Now granted, if you're looking at houses, you're like, oh, well, that's not a huge closet. But we're in a condo with 1,800 and roughly 80 square feet. So these closet spaces are actually pretty great. And there's so much storage all throughout. If you needed a coat closet, something like that, you definitely have the space for it. And look at this beautiful master bath. Oh, the tile floors. But check out this sink. How cool is that? Oh, hi guys. And then your walk-in shower. I love all the textured tile. You your seat just in case you need it, with your controls over here, and then a rainfall shower head. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. This would be such a great spot over here to hang one of those shower plants that I never ever do, because no matter what, I can't keep a plant alive, so I only have fake ones in my house. This tub is like, it's just ridiculously long. I don't think I could reach both sides. This is a great tub. Oh, and I love having the candle at the end like that. Oh. See, take notes, y'all. Sometimes y'all just watch these videos so that you can figure out what you want in your place, and I'm all about it because I'm doing the same thing. We do have a water closet here, but it's an open water closet, so no door, but it's still pretty private. If y'all have been watching my videos for any amount of time, you know I'm like, you must have a water closet, but I think this could still work. All right, before I forget to show you the actual bedroom. Oh, look, more storage. This bedroom is massive. Look at all this space. Absolutely beautiful, and it walks straight out onto the balcony, and you have that view of the Gulf right here from the master bed. Absolutely lovely. You guys, if you've never lived on the water or just spent any kind of time on the water, there is something super healing and amazing about waking up and having the water as your view, or watching it as you drift off to sleep. Absolutely love everything about this condo. But let's set you up in the kitchen and have a conversation about hurricanes, and that'll lead us into insurance, and then the market and what this property is actually going for right now. I'll be right back. All right, so I wanted to talk to you about hurricanes, insurance, and then the market. So yes, we're right here on the water. We're in Florida, so absolutely, we get hurricanes. This is definitely a thing. Doesn't matter if it's a house, condo, townhome, whatever it is, we're gonna deal with some hurricanes. The good news is our hurricanes are on Florida time, so they're like, I'll see you guys in about a week. You have a week to plan. I'm gonna plan a vacation almost every single time because I'm a little bit bougie, spent too much time in the desert with the Army, and now I have to have my hot showers and my cell phone reception and my decent food. And I don't like to feel stuck. That's why I drive a Bronco Raptor, because I need to be unstuckable. So no, I'm not gonna be stuck here in the event of a hurricane. I'm gonna take my family and we're gonna go on a short vacation. We'll come back home once everybody else has done what they needed to do to get life back to first world country status. All right, no big deal. Now, I would much rather deal with that than an earthquake or a tornado that's like, hey, I'm here, hold on to something, and that's it. So yes, we get hurricanes. I would rather deal with hurricanes than anything else. So there's my take on those, which leads us into insurance. So I've had a lot of people reach out and they're like, oh, I heard that Florida, you just can't get insurance anywhere. Well, I can't speak to other areas. I only cover the Panhandle, Pensacola to Panama City Beach, and we have zero issues out here. Now, there are some things that could make your premium higher, but not impossible to get. So things that are going to make your premium higher are going to be old roof, old water heater, old HVAC system. For condos, if they haven't done their miles inspections, their SIRS, or they have and they've started those special assessments, then that's not actually a lot of times going to be the insurance necessarily as much as the HOA. Sometimes they go hand in hand. HOAs do have a tendency to have a much higher HOA because the HOA is taking on a whole lot more of the liability rather than leaving that to the individual homeowners. This way everybody can kind of share the burden as opposed to maintain it individually. So no, insurance isn't an issue. So let's move on to the market. And I've got some notes here because I can't remember everything for all of these videos that I'm touring for you guys. So as a recap, this condo is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath with 873 square feet, built in 1999. It is being sold furnished for a price of $1,650,000, putting it at $880.94 per square foot. Apologize. All right, so let's look at some of the competition. For the active listings currently, we've got an average price of $1.61 million with an average size of 2,448 square feet and an average amount of $607 per square foot with an average days on market of 188 days. As far as what is pending, what's currently under contract, they were listed for an average of $1.23 million at the time of going under contract with an average of 2,165 square feet, putting it at about $534 per square foot with an average days on market of 129 days. So we see smaller square footage, smaller price point, lower dollar per square foot, and lower days on market. So lower end going faster. That is to be expected in any market though, because the audience for higher price points is smaller than the audience for lower price points. So keep that in mind whenever you're looking at properties and you're hearing these numbers. You're like, so only the cheaper ones are going. Okay, I wonder what's up with that. No, it's just that the pond is slimmer. So all there is to it. Now, as far as what has actually sold in the past 90 days, the average price point of what sold was $1.46 million with an average of 2,343 square feet with an average of $562 per square foot with an average days on market of 106 days. The average list to sold ratio was 95%. So basically whatever they listed it for, they got 95% of that at the sale. So, there's a market for you concerning this property, this area. We are seeing things, if those were on the market for 106 days, selling for $562 per square foot, and now what's pending has been on the market a little bit longer and it's going for less, we're still seeing a bit of a depreciation in the market, which means sellers are still going to be mostly negotiable. So if you're a buyer in the market and you see something that you love, highly recommend that you just make that offer on it because you don't know which seller you're going to get. We've got some kind of polar different sellers right now. We've got some sellers that are like, I don't even care. Just get it off my books. I want to be rid of it and move on with my life. And then you've got some sellers that are like, I don't need to sell and I will wait until I get this unreasonable number for the property and I just don't care. So you don't know which one you're going to get. So it's always worthwhile to write the offer. That's all there is to it. Now, keep in mind, if you're working with a seller that has only purchased within the past 3 years, their equity is not going to be very high. So they're not going to have a whole lot of negotiation room, which means they're essentially going to be paying to offload the property. So whenever you're trying to negotiate and you're like, well, I don't think it's worth this, and the seller's being super, unrealistic, and they're not working with us at all in these negotiations, consider that their bottom line might not be there. So a lot of different types of sellers out there, a lot of different types of scenarios. So if you go back through the property appraiser website or have the discussion with your realtor before putting in that offer, like I would advise you if we were working together. Speaking of which, all of my contact information is on the screen. I love when you guys call me. You would see, okay, there's probably not a whole lot of wiggle room here. So we know like, hey, if we're only willing to pay X amount for this, probably not going to work for this seller, but maybe it would for this one over here. Something to keep in mind. All right, so as far as the HOA here, the HOA is $5,299 per quarter with a new buyer fee of $1,000. And that's going to cover your insurance for the main building. That's not going to cover your walls and insurance for the unit. It's going to cover your cable, internet, water, sewer, trash, security, recreational facilities, and landscaping. So not your electricity. So you're going to have to cover your own electricity bill. The amenities, you've got the lagoon style heated pool that I just showed you. There's a sauna and a fitness center, and of course a Gulf front, private beach access, tennis and pickleball courts, barbecue area, and clubhouse. And of course the gated entry, which has a 24-hour security guard and some covered parking. So you get quite a bit here at Silver Shells, and it's a very elevated feel both for living here and for visiting. And I still just have to remark on how Ruth's Chris is literally like right next door and their food is so yummy. And then just like maybe 10 minutes away, you've got Marina Cafe and all of the Harbor Walk, which is fantastic to visit. You're far enough away from it that you're not near all the craziness. And that's also going to help you with how busy this beach is. Fantastic. But the other part of that is you get actual beach. So a lot of folks in Destin area, a lot of them are only going to be like harborfront, not actually beachfront. Here we have beachfront, which is absolutely fantastic. You don't have to go take, what's that road? Is it Gulf Boulevard, maybe? I think, and take it all the way around to Noriega Point and then find parking over there. Like, you're right here. Absolutely super convenient. You got fast food close by. You got the ones that you really need, Chick-fil-A and Starbucks. Listen, don't hate me. It is what it is, all right? Starbucks and Chick-fil-A. That's the only place that I'm visiting if I absolutely have to go through a drive-through. But we've got some amazing restaurants super close by, great seafood. Definitely check out Bric-a-Brac. They have some amazing crab cakes, and really all of their food is so good, and it's super close by. You've got the Henderson Beach State Park. I think it's Henderson Beach State Park. It's definitely Henderson is definitely the beach, and it's absolutely beautiful. So if you've got friends in the area that want to meet you at the beach or something, and you don't want to give them access here, and you're like, no, I don't want you tracking sand and everything, like tell them to meet you over there at Henderson. It's fantastic. If you guys have any questions about this video or love a tour of this property or any others, please give me a call, text, email. Say hi to me at the farmer's market, whatever it is. Just remember, you've seen me, I haven't seen you. Don't make it awkward. And I will see you guys at the next video. Bye, y'all.